Write the claim mathematically and identify H naught and HA. And I mentioned this before that sometimes they call the H1 as HA, so it doesn't matter. Okay, find the critical values. Okay, first we have to write it correctly. In a sample of 1728 home buyers, you find that 683 found their real estate agent through a friend at alpha equals 0.02. Can you reject the claim that 43% of the buyers find their real estate agent through a friend? So the null would be P equals 0.43. And then they don't say that whether we are investigating the bigger than or less than. So you would just, by default, if nothing is mentioned, then it's not equal to in the alternative. So it be this one, P equals 0.43 and not equal to 0.43. What are the critical values? Remember, critical values are always done through calculator. So you can remember this memory aid, C for critical, C for calculator. And when it's the proportions you are testing, then you do the normal calculator, and the Z over here also gives it away that it's normal calculator. So the normal calculator, and you have alpha equals to 0.02. So now when this is not equals to, then it's a two-tailed test. And in two-tailed test, the way we do it is you do 1 minus alpha, that gives you 0.98. And the 0.98 is the confidence level. And you know that the confidence level comes in between. So what you would do is you would, so let's go to StatCrunch. So stats, calculator, normal. And what I'm saying applies only for a two-tailed situation where the alternative has not equals to. If it's greater than or less than, then we will use another way, which we'll mention once we encounter those problems. So for the two-tailed, you go to between. And remember, alpha was 0.02. So here you will put 1 minus 0.02, which is 0.98. And then you compute. So these are your two critical values, negative 2.33 and 2.33. And it's two tails, so you will pick this one. This one has both the tails shaded. Right, not equals to in the alternative tells us that it's two-tailed. And then the test statistic is found through proportion stats in this case, because we are testing proportions or percentages. So you have, out of 1728, 683 found their agent through a friend. So 683 successes and total observation 1728. So we'll do proportion stats. Stats, proportion stats. One sample summary. 683 successes out of 1728. And you are doing the hypothesis test for, I think it was 0.43 and not equals to 0.43. So 0.43 and not equals to 0.43. So the z-stats is negative 2.92. And then for the rejection, you can use the same criteria, p less than alpha. So they didn't ask for p-value in the problem, but it's right there. So p is 0.0035. So p is 0.0035, and 0.0035 is less than 0.02. So we reject the null for the first time. First time our p-value is less than alpha. 0.0035 is less than 0.02. So you reject the null. And when you reject the null, then it means there is enough evidence to do that. Remember, rejecting the null requires evidence. Okay. In a study of this many cell phone users, 177 developed brain cancer. Test the claim that the cell phone users develop brain cancer at a rate that is different from the rate 0.034% for non-cell phone users. So again, different means not equals to. So 0.034% means 0.0034. You divide that by 100 to get 0.0034, and we're looking for not equals to. Test statistics, so 177 out of 420,071. 177 out of 420,071. And was it 0.4034? Let's see. Yeah, no, 0.30 and 34. Okay. So 2.86. P-value, let's see, 0.0042. And P is 0.00420042 is less than 0.005. So you will reject the null. And when you reject the null, then there is evidence. So what is the evidence? There is evidence to support the claim that cell phone users develop brain cancer at a rate that is different from the 0.034%. So okay, so we got evidence that it's different from 0.034%, but we didn't check whether it was greater than or less than. So actually, what they will be concerned only if their rate is greater than the non-cell phone users. So you repeat that test with using greater than 0.0034. So options, edit. So change this to greater than. And now look at the p-value. It's 0.0021. 0.0021 is 0.0021 is less than alpha. So it means there is evidence that it's greater than for the cell phone user. So yes, they should be concerned. Because the study is checking whether there is evidence that you can reject the null, and we have found that there is.